Are you foam rolling your IT band? Stop. We're going to explain why and what you can actually do to help if you're suffering from IT band syndrome, including the best exercise to be doing. Now, IT band syndrome or ITB syndrome is felt on the outside of the knee. It's commonly caused by overuse and repetitive action. The IT band attaches at the ilium of the pelvis and goes into the tibia around the knee, which brings the name iliotibial band. It also has muscle attachments at the tensor fasciae lata or the TFL and the glutes. It was previously believed that pain was due to a friction, where the IT band becomes tight and is then rubbing on the outside of the knee, causing pain. And this made a lot of sense, as bending the knee in certain positions is what would bring pain, and the more repetition of that, the more the pain increased. The solution to this, therefore, was foam rolling or massage of the IT band to make it less tight, and therefore solve the friction issue. However, this is not the best approach for two main reasons. Firstly, it's now been accepted that the pain isn't down to a friction issue, so making the IT band less tight won't necessarily help to improve symptoms. And secondly, foam rolling or massaging to the IT band is unlikely to have any impact on its tightness and structure. So at best, it will just be really painful and distract a little bit from the knee pain. So the approach changed, and because it's more due to an overuse issue, which basically means you've gone beyond its current capacity, potentially too much in overall running miles in a single session, or the accumulation of miles over several sessions, or lifting too much for a certain lift, or overall lifting volume being too much. This then changes the tolerance to loading, and exceed that tolerance, and then you'll get pain. This means there needs to be an element of activity modification to help symptoms settle, and then a gradual build back up. So if it's running you like, overall mileage will need to come down to help this settle. Due to this decrease, you then want to focus on exercises, which we're going to cover in a second, that will keep the muscles surrounding the hip and the knee strong to minimize losing overall capacity. A good way to do this in the initial stage is with exercises that don't require a lot of knee bend to help minimize aggravation while it's settling down. But you don't want to completely avoid knee bend, so we will also go through an exercise to work on as it's starting to settle. We will also discuss the best way to return to running or activity. So exercise number 1 is the active straight leg raise. This is an exercise to focus more towards the quad and hip flexor. Laying on the floor, keeping your leg straight, lift it to around 45 degrees, hold for a second and slowly lower. As soon as the heel touches the floor, lift it straight back up. You can progress this by standing and using a cable to increase the difficulty by increasing the weight used. Exercise number 2 is bridging. This is focused towards the glutes and hamstrings. Laying on your back, lift your bum into the air. Again, hold that for a second and slowly lower. As soon as the bum touches the floor, lift it back up. You can progress this in several ways, most simply by going to a single leg or by adding weight and progressing that way. For more in-between progressions, you can do it to a raised surface or have the feet further away, and this can also be useful if any irritation having the knee more flexed. You can also do it on a less stable surface, such as a suspension trainer or Swiss ball. Exercise number 3 is hip abduction. This is to focus on the glutes. Now, laying on your side, keep your leg straight and lift the leg up. Hold for a second and slowly lower. Rotate your foot so the big toe is angled down. As soon as that touches the floor, then lift back up. You can progress this by doing on a cable machine and increasing the difficulty by upping the weight. Exercise number 4 is calf raises. Focusing on the calves here, find a step and slowly lower the heel down and then raise back up. Hold for a second and then lower. You can progress this by going onto a single leg. So those exercises will focus on keeping strength in all areas of the leg and should cause little aggravation to symptoms as the knee is remaining in a static position. Once symptoms have started to calm slightly, then move on to exercise number 5, which is step downs. This will help to start building knee flexion back in a gradual way, but ensure things aren't getting really irritated in the process. And if they are, go back a step. This will involve standing on a raised surface and dropping the opposite leg to the floor. Keep the toes up so you're not pushing off the floor, and when the heel touches, raise back up. Start on a low surface, and then, if all is feeling good, start to progress to higher surfaces, which will require more knee flexion, and keep progressing in that manner. Alongside this, if you're into running, you'll want to start gradually building that in. And the best way for this is to plan out a specific mileage or time that you're going to build up in. That might look like increasing by 2.5 minutes each time, or something like half a kilometre. Ensuring days rest in between. If there's no pain, increase to the next step and stick to the following planned increase. However, if it is painful, either don't progress or go backwards. It becomes difficult sometimes as you might not feel the pain until afterwards. So even if it's feeling really good during a run, don't be tempted to go further. First, see how it responds and stick to the plan you've set out. We go into more depth in this video here about how to approach the build-up in activity, what reps and sets to aim for, and how to safely and effectively go about progressing rehab, and further insights into modifications of activity to get you back to what you want to be doing quicker.